Oh, the mystery.
We have a few good Talkback
yeah.
calls today.
This one stumped even the stumpiest of viewers.
A mystery word. Here
Got
we go.
me. This is for the guy from Pottsville that called up about the water. What was that word? I didn't know. Was it German or was it Polish or was it Italian? Bursted? I don't know what nationality is that word. Never heard of it. Thank you.
So I'm a product of Lackawanna County. The only time I was around with my 4 years of college. When you hear your grandparents say something, your uncles, a lot of old timers around here, you just say it. It becomes part of
And
your
you don't
culture.
even think of that it's not a word.
I have said bursted before, I think, because if here's a pipe, right? It busted or burst. But if you talk about it happened last week, it bursted.
But it's
No?
just supposed to be burst.
Right. I think we've all done that. Yeah.
It bursted.
Yeah, it flows off the tongue, right?
When I was first dating Rennie, she said I would say that something's broke. It's broke. And she's like, it's broken.
Oh.
But it must have been something where I grew up that everyone just says it's broke.
Yeah, that-
No,
and where
I
I grew up,
think
yeah.
that's another
Yeah.
one people use
But it's
quite
broken.
often.
It's broke.
It's broken.
Yeah. Not broke.
Well, she's a world traveler.
She is a world
She's
traveler,
been all
yes.
around. She's been all around.
Now we're diving even more into the delightful dialect of Hainabonics.
What they describe is a regional dialect. Haina, or all those other words. Boston has it too. When they're finished with their day's work, they park their car. So it varies. It's something we have and nobody else does. Our own dialect.
Some dialects seem glamorous, other ones rednecky. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Who decides that?
There's nothing redneck about Hainabonics. Come on.
If I want to say what was it? Bursted? I'll
Bursted.
say it. Okay, and maybe it's just as glamorous as ka.
And that video we were showing in the little clip when the caller was calling is an amazing YouTube video. I haven't seen it for years.
Oh, it's classic.
But a group did it.
Yeah,
and
if
it
you're-
was like a class
If
learning
you're bored
Hainabonics.
today, just type in Hainabonics on YouTube and you'll laugh. Your rear end off.
It is really good.
It's good.
All right, so now another caller is speaking of Scott Run slip-ups.
This is to the gentleman who was upset about how people pronounce Archibald. I think that guy would be really upset if he knew what people pronounce Scott Run as the first time whenever they see that sign.
So
You want to give him a clue?
my dog, who is male, no longer has that. It was removed from his being when he was.
The thing about that sign, and some of you may not know what we're talking about, but it is a very prominent sign on Interstate 80.
Yeah.
And especially teenage boys, but lots of people, I'm sure,
It's just
are
human
gonna-
nature. You see Scott Run and you think,
something else comes to
we
mind.
could say it, but why?
But why?
We're better than that.
Are we?
I don't know.
Speaking of slang, we're getting into the whole Gen Z, Gen Alpha language. That's coming up next. Have you heard those? Like, you should hear my kids talk with some of these words. It's low-key crazy. That's one of the things they would
It's
say.
low-key crazy.
Low-key.
I just know 6'7".
Oh, there's way more than that. And we're going to look at an interesting generational bridge next.
Scrotum, there I said it.
Oh my!
Maybe the Heat Miser can bring this out
Heat
for us.
Miser. It's your show. Go for it, girlfriend.
So now to talk back with someone smitten over Scott Smooches.
I just have to say, Scott Schaefer in the kissing booth was so nice to see. He's a lucky man. I wish I was there to get a kiss from Scott.
Carrie, did you download that call or did you listen to them? Is that a real call? Or
It aired last night.
So
I
they
was
never.
Trying to.
Is it a person?
I don't know. I think
So
it's.
here's the giveaway that I just saw on the script. It
Okay.
says the caller is from Centralia.
Oh, so now we know it's.
It's
but
a-
even if it's a callback, if it's a talkback caller doing a bit, that's still a talkback
It's
caller.
still a talkback call. But I glanced down and I happened to see Centralia.
Are there 3 residents
There's
left?
3
there?
left.
Yeah.
Now that could be. They could be one of them.
It could be. Or it could be someone in our newsroom.
Good question. So pronunciation has become a big thing on Talkback, and here's a call about that.
all these people are complaining about how people pronounce words and all that stuff. And in the English language, there's a lot of different pronunciations, like tomato, tomato, potato, potato. And I mean, it's like, come on, get over it. Think of the better things to talk about than just stupid stuff.
Centralia. Tomato, tomato. All right.
Speaking of calling things
Oh dear.
by their names.
Yesterday we talked about Scott Run, but there's another tongue twister in this township in the Poconos.
The person saying about Archibald and then Scott Run, your first time through the Poconos, try Analomic and try to pronounce that for the first time and see what you came. First time I tried, everybody cracked up that was traveling with me because I broke it down incorrectly and said something that wasn't analomic. All right, it's a beautiful area. God bless Northeast PA. Love you, 16. Keep up the good work.
With certain things, why do we all turn into fifth grade boys?
It doesn't matter how old you are.
It's just,
it goes back to being just a fifth grade boy.
Yeah.
I went to college in Lancaster County. There's Bird in Hand. There's Intercourse. See, there's funny names all over the place. But we turn into children.
We all get the giggles.
You know what I mean?
Even though we're grown adults.
I know.
It's wild.
Yes. It was just incredible, though, yesterday, wasn't it?
It was so
that
nice.
Sunshine
Yes.
and up. It didn't even hit 50.
No, I thought, my watch said 50. I thought it did hit 50 in Scranton, but 49 officially the high at the airport, so.
Those
We
are
have
the
to
days,
go with that thermometer.
Yesterday are like the reward days after what we've been through.
Yes.
And everyone just feels so good when we
Yeah.
have a day like
It's
that.
like you just want to be outside because you haven't felt like being outside for
and
so long.
I do love that, like my drive home from work, just how many people were outside
Yes.
because last weekend, the weekend that it was 2 weekends ago, so many people were, I went to the mall just to go for a walk, and so many people were just at the mall walking, headphones in, like you could tell they were there to work out.
To walk, yep.
Not to shop.
We got a glimpse of it this weekend when it hit 40, and now we almost hit 50. So we're getting there.
We're getting
But it's
there.
not here to stay.
No,
Sorry.
of course not. We know it's February.
Well, there was a traffic stop with a twist in Susquehanna County.
Yeah, check this out. The driver captured an unexpected delay. They posted this video to Facebook claiming they were held up by a turkey traffic stop. The turkeys were not only in front of the car, but watch what happens here. They're almost like two officers then coming around to do an inspection. They didn't demand a license or registration, though, we don't think. But just such a funny scene. And you know, they're gobblers there because the one had its full feathers out and everything. But that is a great video.
They're very loud.
Yes.
Oh, well, I didn't know if it was them or the people in the car laughing. I think it
was
a
both.
bit of both.
Yes.
Bit of both, exactly.
We have Wildlife Wednesday coming up in a little bit, too.
And now we're switching to Talkback and Too Much Snedeker.
Is Channel 16 trying to drive the viewers nuts with 3 Snedeker commercials in 15 minutes? Are you kidding me? Give me a break already.
We're not trying to drive them nuts.
No, we're not. It's just, that's the way it works sometimes. I don't know.
He probably hates 3
Yes.
commercials
I know, he
himself
would.
in a row.
He would, definitely.
And those decisions get made at a much higher level than us. They brought in a whole team to record those commercials.
They did.
They decide when they're going to run.
Yeah, they're very specific on what they think should happen.
Yes,
So there you go.
There you have it. So other callers are saying, hey, no or no?
I see you showed it a few times on Talkback. Hyena. It's Hyena. Hyena. That's his bark sounds like laughter, and you keep spelling it wrong on Talkback. You have it in big green letters. Hyena. It's hyena. Hyena.
So she thinks we're talking about the dog or the animal.
Not
That's
the
animal.
like a dog.
From
Yeah.
Lion King.
Yes. But
Molly's
no.
favorite character in Lion King. Which
Oh,
I think
is that
a
her
little
favorite
concerning
character?
about her personality. We'll see.
Is that her favorite character?
Yeah, literally her favorite character.
Oh, that's so
hyenas.
funny.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I think that's what she's.
I think so,
thinks
but
we're
what we
talking
mean is
about.
Hyena, and maybe if she's not from the Scranton area, she wouldn't even know,
Right.
but that's a part of the dialect that people say Hyena.
Yeah.
When I started here, I had to watch a whole video. On
Me
that.
too. Me too.
Of learning it.
One of the
Yes.
producers sent me a video about hey, nah, or no. Yeah. So we got to learn a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Now an idea for a pointer theme.
I was just throwing out some ideas for the pointing in the morning, like think spring. How about flowers popping out of the ground? Maybe wearing flowers on your clothes or in your house, whatever. And then for some of the chickens, some of the inflatables, some of the stash, how about some of the American flag, since it's going to be the 250th anniversary of the signing of the independence?
Well, that would make sense.
But I don't think Joe would like something that makes sense.
No,
that's not the point of his pointers.
It has to be a little dysfunctional. It has to be a little weird.
Yes.
Yeah. So flags just, they don't work.
No.
And I am curious if it will be the summer of something.
Right.
Because it has the past few years.
It has to be the summer of something.
But it has to just happen. It can't be just that we come up with something.
Maybe it'll be like the summer of 60 because he's 60 years old.
He will not like that.
He wouldn't like that. No, I know. His birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
I was going to ask you when it was. Okay.
February 19th. Yep.
He was downplaying
That's
it.
the big day. So
and then he left.
The thing is, since he's downplaying it, I feel like we should upplay it.
It's funny because I think he was so happy Mindy was off yesterday because it was the last day before it was his birthday.
So
and
I couldn't like
you
do
would have
anything
done
crazy.
something.
Yes, that's true.
And all I did was like at 6:30 yesterday morning, I'd be like, "Hey Joe, happy birthday!" And we fist bumped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think so when he gets back, it can be like a big surprise because he's not going to expect it a week after his birthday.
That's true.
We almost have to do something. I mean,
yeah,
60
we have
is a big
to.
deal.
Yeah. That is a big age, yes. Well, as we said earlier, today is Joe's big day. He's turning 60 years old. He decided to fly to the West Coast and go see somebody he really likes, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he just posted on Facebook. I saw pictures at the Pacific Ocean yesterday and hanging out with Don, and then they go to this show tonight, and then he's going to the Eagles in Las Vegas at the Sphere tomorrow night.
It's going to be so fun.
He's booked.
Yeah, so awesome. So he's celebrating 60 today. Bonnie, who works behind the scenes here, went into our archives. 10 years ago today, this was on Talkback.
Big deal. Snideker's 50. Maybe he should start acting his age now. Don't you think it's about time?
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
No.
And isn't it funny that nothing has changed?
Pretty much it's all the same.
And it's funny because you think that you, like, personally you're going to change after. It usually ends up being about the same. You're like, oh, New Year's resolution, you think you turn a certain age, it's going to change, and it really...
And Joe is Joe, and he has been Joe for a long time.
For a long time.
And the same Talkback caller is she probably still calls to complain about Joe.
Could be.
Because that hasn't changed either.
Yep. There's always that angry 10%.
But most of us just want him to stay the way he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes it fun.
Well, now to Talkback, and callers apparently weighing in on getting a break from Joe.
What a refreshing break it was this morning to have Allie doing the weather. I didn't have any kid jumping around on my TV, and I didn't have to hear Mindy, 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 and Johnny boy, Johnny baby, baby. Hey, Johnny baby. Hey, Mindy, Mindy, did you hear this? What a break. Real nice.
Does he say that a lot? Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I think that we call that the angry 10%.
Yes.
The people that just do not like Joe.
Yeah. I did text him yesterday, happy birthday.
Oh, did you?
And then I think he was taking a flight somewhere, and so.
Sounds like he's having a blast.
Yeah, I bet.
So.
I bet.
The pictures look beautiful.
He's biking.
He's going to the Eagles concert at the Sphere tonight in Vegas.
I know, how amazing.
A great birthday celebration for him.
Yeah. Well, others feel Talkback is going back to the future.
Great Scott, Kurt Aaron! The lightning that was supposed to hit the clock tower in Clark Summit hit WNEP Talkback 16. Let's head back to the future. Get Marty, quick! Add more gigawatts.
Is that what happened to the tower in Clark Summit?
Maybe, yeah. Well, what about the flux capacitor?
Yeah, we have to watch out for that too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was like such a great movie.
There's Holly behind us with that snow stick.
Oh, very pretty. I love it.
And it was funny because
she wouldn't be allowed to say very pretty.
I wouldn't
if Joe was sitting there.
Yeah, if he was here, I couldn't say that.
The ugly, the winter socks.
He would get mad.
And it's funny. I saw somebody salting the sidewalk there about 30 minutes ago, and it looks like the salt is doing a good job because those temperatures are about 30, 31, 32 degrees. So that salt is doing a good job.
And this probably it's going to go above freezing, so it won't stick around too long today, I'm sure.
Right. It's just a nice picture for right now.
So now we're switching gears to politics, tragedy, and foreign wars. Our callers are all over it on Talkback 16.
But this morning we're diving into the real burning issue in Talkback Feedback.
Welcome to Talkback Feedback. Oh, the selection of topics this week. So many captivating news stories from which to select for this feedback. But I'd much rather talk about myself.
Yes, a lot of viewers appreciate Schaefer's Talkback Roundup on Thursday nights. You know, he has a dry sense of humor, kind of like Johnny Carson. Maybe he should get his own show, a late-night show.
Yes, thank you, caller. I hear that a lot. And trust me when I say my unique talents have not gone unnoticed.
Hey, Scott Schaefer made the big time. I'm watching Netflix, Designated Survivor, and there he is on the movie. Congratulations. I got to come up there and get your autograph and get a picture taken with you.
Well, now, no need for that, old forge, but it is nice to see that my role on Designated Survivor lives on. But did you know I was originally up for the lead on that show? You know, the role that went to that other guy, Kiefer Sutherland. I think I still have our 2 screen tests. It was never fully explained why he got the part over me, but I guess that's Hollywood.
Yeah, I turn on WNEP and that's all I see is dogs. Dogs, dogs, dogs. Everything is a dog. Enough of the dogs already, please.
You know, you're right, Archibald. I was thinking the same thing. Too much time spent on dogs, especially that camera hog, Ranger. That takes away the time that could be spent on the more important things here at the news station, like me.
I can't believe Ranger's face is priceless. Good boy, Ranger. Keep up the good work. You're doing a lot better than the rest of them.
Ranger again. You too can call Talkback at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback.
I can't believe he wanted to blow up the doghouse.
That was a dramatic one.
That was. But Ranger was not inside. No animals were harmed in the making of that Talkback Feedback.
No, they were not.
So, don't worry.
And you too can call Talkback 16 at 1-800-228-WNEP.
And maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback.